Okay. Look, it's it's midnight, Friday. Hold on, you see? Let me make sure. Okay. Got my little homie in the background. Look, man. Welcome back to the show, first and foremost. Um, Long week, but we finally made it. Now, let's get right to business. The outfit tonight, does it match the drink? Mm, I don't know. What is this though? Pineapple Stella Rosa. If you haven't tried it, go try it. Tell them I sent you. Now, last time I spoke to y'all, we had some grades go out, and that was about a couple weeks ago. So I gave you ample time to reflect on your body of work or lack thereof, to reevaluate even what's going on with your situation. And I've seen mixed results in the past two real life weeks that we have been separated from this show. Some of you have stepped up and you've played awesome, and you've started to rewrite the narrative. Maybe some of you have continued on the path which you were going down before the grades were released, which in some cases is good, i.e., Kenny, fourth quarter comeback against Philadelphia in that trap game. In that trap game. But some of you have regressed a little bit or a lot. And what we must begin to answer is a simple question: why? Why? But from what I heard, from what I heard, there are more important things on the menu. There are things that happen, and I wasn't there for. But I told you 2 weeks ago. I told you 2 weeks ago that that guy was in his bag. I told you he was in his bag. And if you didn't believe me, look at what he's done since. Look at what he's done since. And I told you, what else did I tell you? I also told you that he could have one of those last playoff spots. But guess what? Guess what? He's not going for the seventh seed at this point in time. He's not going for the mere number six spot in the NFC at this point in time. No, our guy's going for more, for grander playoff treatment. We're witnessing history right now. What's this, season four? The guys done multiply this game by two. So in Detroit right now, we're gonna call it season eight. So with that being said, the theme for tonight is a theme that only can be done with these two people, myself and my guest for the evening. It's late, so I ain't gonna give you a long intro. But tonight, let me just bring him in. Let me just bring him in. And let me just bring him in because it's Lions only tonight. You hear me? It's Lions only tonight. And listen, you see the safari, you see it. You see the home team in the background. You see my guy with the it's DMV Lions only tonight. You can't get in. You can't get in. Now, before I start, coming out of the NFC North, I gotta check your record because I don't think you've lost since the last time I've seen it, but I don't know how many wins you have now. What's your record?
It's I think we're 7-6 right now, but
Okay.
that's on me. That's on the coach. That's on the
Okay.
GM. Yeah, GM
That GM
top
been
notch.
working.
Yeah,
That GM has
GM
been
working with
working.
the
So
coach.
I toast to the GMing that Mr. Smangen's got going on in Detroit. With that being said, y'all see my guest for the evening. Y'all see him, man. Like and not like you see him on the screen on No Wellin. No, you see him in live and direct on that field though, holding it down, like holding it down, and he's beating y'all just like I said He went from giving some of the best players trouble to just flat out beating y'all now. So what is it going to be like? Y'all gonna step up or what? Because my man's elevated his game. He's elevated his game. So with no further ado, let me introduce to you. Though you know him, hot off the press. Shout out to Mark Buccaneers. I saw the headline. I just saw it. But welcoming to the show, my guy, soon to be pick and roll partner on the court one of these days, Mr. Bilbo Spangus, Detroit Lions. What's up, man?
Hey man,
Go ahead and talk your talk while I pull some stuff up real quick.
hey man, it's the young African, the young fly nigga. Uh, the 2000, the 2020 Wesley Snipes,
Hmm.
the young Idris Elba. That's I don't know all the AKAs. You can fill them all in, man. But I'm here. Yeah.
Hey, man. Well, yeah. Welcome to the show. One toast to the glass for what's going on in Detroit right now, and we can get right into it. I mean, I'm going to go ahead and drop this in the chat. So if people really want to join the talk, they can join the talk. But you deserve your own time, though. So tell me this, because this is what people want to know. I Let me back it up. I'm not in the chat yesterday night, and I always miss the good stuff. I come in, I know you playing Nico, and I'm seeing like, oh, he must have won, because I'm seeing like all this talk, and I'm like, the chat only, they love the underdog, as you know, and they've been rooting for you for a little minute now, and it's like we finally, myself included, finally getting a return on investment. Like season 8 feels like it's come early. Like what's going on right now?
I mean, I have a mindset. It's always season 8, man. It doesn't matter. It helps me have perspective.
Okay.
To be humble,
Hmm.
like treat everybody. Doesn't matter who it is. And I think I had a couple losses that I should have won. To be honest, if I had focused more. That's why I would say
Had a few of
season 8.
them. Hmm.
Yeah. So that's why I say season 8. So it just helps me keep a steady mindset. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's all fun, right? At the
Right.
end of the day, we're just playing a video game, right?
Hmm.
I don't know, man. Like Nako, that was a unique one because like I try to be fair with people, like just let them know like I respect them and I respect how they play, but that all that get a suspension stuff kind of sat with me in a very bad way.
Okay.
And yeah, so I've told Nako before, like I know how he plays.
Right. I did
And
see that. I saw you
yeah,
mention
like
that.
yeah, like I mean, it's one thing like if you have a 90 team and you're going
Hmm.
against a 75 team
Right.
and you think you're doing something, but but like all I need is like two linebackers basically to beat Nako. And I think you were on the preseason. You were on the PSN chat.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
remember that? And
Yep.
and like I had a comeback against him in preseason.
Yeah.
And I told him what plays he was doing. I told him what I was gonna do on each play, and I came back and won it. And afterwards, he was like, "Oh, you did this. I didn't have my starters in, all that nonsense." I was like, "That's
Mm-hmm.
cool, but I know what you're doing, Nico."
Right.
Like, yeah, like I mean, it's one. I'm not saying I'm better than him, but I know what he's doing. That's
Yeah.
all I can say. It's like if the best way I can put it is I have a psychological advantage on him.
Okay.
Yeah,
Understood.
yeah. And I think once he overcomes that, he's gonna be good. But
Mhm.
but I do have that, and that's the only thing I have right now. It might not be a skill advantage, but I have a psychological advantage over him. So I even if I lose against him, I know why I'm losing.
Right.
So yeah. So I mean, it was anything major, but that suspension stuff kind of just I don't know, just gave me something to play with. It wasn't real serious, but I should have won bigger in that game. I kind of every time the second half I always play conservative
Hmm.
if
I've
I have a
noticed.
lead or whatnot. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I think that's where I got myself caught up. And even whilst I was playing conservative, I could have been a bit more aggressive. But I wasn't, so I was kind of just going for like run plays and like short throws. And he kind of came back on that, and that's a credit to him. Like he knows what his team is good for.
Right.
But like I said, I have a psychological advantage of him. I don't know if it's an African thing, but you know, this is what it is. But
So, like, all right. So why do you think that is? Because just two actual weeks ago, you beat them pretty good. You're up like what 24-3 or something like that, like deep in the game, and you win by by a healthy margin. And I told everybody, I said you have from that game, and not it wasn't just that game, but it was that game where I think people like really start to notice because Nico is y'all both have like y'all kind of have like cult fan bases, kind of sort of like everybody roots for you, and it's like they're waiting on your come up. And Nico is like one of the greatest personalities that have ever been added to the league. So y'all have like this. It's a weird but very it meshes when y'all play. But when y'all played that game in Detroit, I'm like, yeah, like you knew what he was doing. Like your user was everywhere. Like he was, and I told him, I said, y'all, you might be seeing it now, but it's kind of always been this way. Like your user is not bad. You as a player aren't like bad. It's deeper than the record. There's context in it. But um, yeah, like I mean, outside the psychological thing, like how does that how do you move forward with it now that it's like okay, like you have like a legitimate chance to make the playoffs? As I'd like to pull up your record, I'm just like going through all the stuff from last night, so kind of gathering questions on the fly. But how does it feel to be like like in the mix late in the season like this?
I guess it feels good to be in the mix. But like I said, like I should have won some games that I lost earlier.
Mhm,
And like in my head, my plan was to be like season three.
mhm.
Like season three was supposed to be like step up, but C's and Antoine and Chris, they kind of messed up some of my trades. Like I had some good trades, man. I was ready to like step over the hump, like trades with like big players and picks. Like they kind of squashed them. But that's neither here nor there. I'm not
Right.
complaining, but yeah, like I had in my mind that maybe I'll be more competitive early. I won't say being in the playoffs and all that stuff, but I'm just gonna say being competitive.
Mhm.
That's anytime anytime I log on, that's all I want to be, like be competitive. And whatever happens afterwards, that's the results.
Yeah.
That that's kind of a way. I just want to be competitive at more than anything else. There's some people who I know I can beat. For example, Nako. Like I know I can beat him
Right.
if I put my mind to it. But yeah, other than that, I just want to be competitive. And
Mhm.
like yeah, that's pretty much it. And I thought I'd be there earlier, but I'm not even sure it's gonna be this season, to be honest. I know like Dez is a tough component when he's sober. Like when
So
Dez when he's sober, he's like top five.
Des, one time, listen, you finally got a vote. It's taken several dog years. You're in the top
Yeah,
five.
man. Hey man, Des when he's sober is like top five. So I have Des next, and I always respect Maze. Like I don't know what about Maze, man. Like it's Maze. It's either I can figure him out or he's gonna just do something crazy, and he's always like a tough competition for me.
Mhm.
I don't know why. Like me and Maze always have like good games. Like every time I play Maze, it's always a good game. I don't know why. I don't know why that is, but it's always like a fun game to play with Maze.
Mhm.
So that's my three games left. Is Dez, Maze, and Ty. Um,
Okay.
I was watching Ty's game earlier, and I know I played Ty in Madden, so I think I'm getting a gauge of his psychology and how he works. So maybe that will help me out, but I don't know. He's got a good team though. So I don't
Okay.
know. All I can hope for is to be competitive, man. All I want is to be competitive and just give people a good game and be the Charles Barkley of it. Never win a championship, but be
Eh, eh,
Be a
I
legend,
mean,
right?
we're both on here, and we both unfortunately have that distinction. Never won a championship, like so.
Hey,
I mean, if you're Charles Barkley, I could be Kevin Johnson, and we just be the Phoenix Suns. Like,
hey, man, hey, I don't know if you're probably like Karl Malone, right? Like MVP, two MVPs or something crazy.
I feel like I'm like
You've been in the finals 2 times, something crazy like that.
so. I've been in four, and I've lost the last three that I've been in by a combined 5 points. So I'm 0 4 over the course of from the first Madden to this one. Well, I can't even count this one because I barely played. So because I feel like we won season one. If I was around the whole season, I mean, I was in the game at quarterback, like, and I took the league by storm. But you know, but be as it
You-
is, 0 4, and I have to accept it until I change it. But as far as who I think I am, like everybody always says, like the Jim Kelly, Jim Kelly, Buffalo Bills. I'm like, I didn't make it 4 years in a row. Yeah, like yes, my 4 appearances in a row I've lost, but not like I lost Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Like no, I it's been stretched out. Like it's been so much that's happened in between. I think I think I am
what's
true. I think I'm truly
Dan
Jerry
Marino, I
West.
guess.
Jerry West
Jay what?
before he won that one championship.
So you're just waiting for that one chip to solidify you.
Yeah, so I guess it's like more Elgin Bailey than Jerry West, but I say Jerry West because I've been here from the jump. So an original between this show, the other podcasts, the write ups, being the
That's a
ranked,
good point. Yeah.
yeah, being ranked the top player the first time around. Like I feel like I'm trying to like put this like in like a modest way, but if there were like a logo to the league, I feel that I would be in contention for it, like an NBA type logo. Like man, that's probably changed. It's probably Mays or somebody, but I mean, but Jordan won more chips than Jerry West, so maybe I could still be that logo.
Jerry West with the kimono logo, like just
Yeah,
flapping
it
the air,
probably 360
something something
360
crazy.
windmill. So but back to you though. I'm looking through this and I missed like they told me I missed some stuff and I knew, but I didn't know I missed this much. Like Bilbo Belichick, Bilbo Brady, the Tom and Jerry of you spanking Nico, and I guess if we're asking was it Ike or Psych,
Hey man,
I
hey,
might have
got
missed
get. I have to respect my West African brother. Everybody calls him Ike, but it's Ike.
Ike.
Ike, yeah,
Ike. Okay, cool.
yeah. So people call him Ike, but it's Ike. Yeah, man.
Ike.
Like I've told Nico, like me and Nico when we play, like part of the reason we always just play on mic, and like I would be having too much fun just playing on mic
hmm
and just like just talking shit with him, and I
It's a
forget about the game.
distraction. Yeah.
Not even a distraction, like, but sometimes it's like when you, it's for example, I don't know. When I was growing up younger, we used to have chickens.
Okay.
So every time we go to the chicken coop and kill a chicken, I wouldn't eat it because I would see that that's the chicken I saw growing up, right?
Oh, okay.
So that I don't know if you're getting the analogy, but
Yeah. So basically, it's like you you kind of can't do this to him in a
yeah,
sense. Understood.
because 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 I like the chicken. I'm not gonna eat it. I can't
Right.
eat the kill because I saw it, basically.
Yeah.
But if it's at the butcher shop, I'm gonna eat that all day. So that's
Right.
basically what I'm saying. That's what it's with me and Nico.
So it's like that. I can't even call it underlying respect, but like that though.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
So yeah, but like I respect like how he's definitely improved his game.
He
I remember I
has.
think
Yeah.
yeah I can't knock him on that. I remember I think last season he had the Saints
Yep. Yeah. It was in
and
the division with
and
me.
yeah and basically all I had to do was cover Michael Thomas all
Michael
day.
Thomas, because
Yeah,
every
just
time.
just cover just cover him, and that's like 4 picks a game,
Yep.
and you're
Yeah,
guaranteed to win, right?
hundred
But
percent.
yeah, and but now he's kind of mixed it up, and he's doing like great stuff on defense. So I'm not gonna knock him, even
Yeah.
though I beat him. I'm not gonna knock him. Like he's become a stronger player, and I'm not gonna knock that. And I think I've told him that before. Like um, even if I suck, I know like why I suck, right?
Hmm.
But I'm never gonna not I respect what the other person is doing, regardless of what their rating in the league is.
Right. I think. Oops, I just sent you something on accident. Don't. Oh no, no, I didn't. Um, yeah, that's real, and I can say he forgot I'm using a different headset tonight. He definitely has improved his game. Like I remember when he started, like in his division last year was tough. It was me, it was Jeremy. Who's Atlanta?
What was it? Des last year? That was Des or Phil? I think it was Phil. Phil last year.
Phil, yeah. So he had a pretty tough division, um, and because of that, he was picking early a lot. But I do remember though that season three before for internet problems happened and just wiped me out. But before that, we played, and I'm like, he gets like he was kind of like Sam Presti, how he'd get these high picks all the time, but he hit on his high picks. He had his Durant, Westbrook, and Harden, and he had that quarterback, he had that linebacker, and then he still had Kamara, he had Thomas. So by the time season three came around, I'm like, okay, and he's learning the ropes of the game. So it's like, okay, now he had enough to kind of take that to the NFC North, where I tell everybody to go if you want to get like a nice little level up in the game, like get like your first playoff and all that.
What did you say? Get the Packers and Cook.
Yeah, just get the
Yeah.
Packers, and because nobody, I mean, yeah, I think you've kind of set the most. I think you've been Detroit more than anybody in league history. But Minnesota and Chicago, nobody really wants. I mean, and the Vikings are like they've been a good team most of these years, but nobody really wants to beat them. And I knew Dez was going to the Bears, so I was like, when I saw the division, I'm like, well, yeah, I said last episode, I was like, okay, I kind of knew like you were going to you were going to be tough, but it was going to be like, could you sustain it for the whole 4 quarters? Like we talked about before.
I mean that even came like when I picked the Lions. I picked it based off of um I guess however you kind of analyze it. I picked it based upon like what I saw last season. Like
Hmm.
I saw like I said, like me and Bean always have like competitive games.
Hmm.
It's like I know on a given Sunday, if I play smart enough, I can beat Bean. But like I don't know why I always respect Bean. I don't maybe it's because when I first came to the league, like he was killing when I
Hmm.
first came to the league, and like he's got the football background, so he's always reading
Right.
things.
Yeah.
So I always respected that about Bean.
Same.
So yeah. So I thought like, okay, maybe if I go to the NFC North, I know like Dez, if I get him when he's off of a couple shots of I don't know Gilby's, I can always win on him. Nako, I didn't picture him improving like to the degree that he has. So
Mhm.
that's the main reason I picked the Lions. Plus,
Got
I
it.
saw they had a decent core. Like they had Galladay, who was like I always say like he's a poor man's Michael Thomas.
Hmm.
Um, and they had I didn't realize it before, but like you can build running backs in Madden like
Yeah.
nothing. Like I think what my guy's what's the name my running back he was like Johnson was like he was like a 75 or something,
Hmm.
and I built him to MVP level, so he was the
Wow.
MVP last season. Yeah, so
Hold on. Wait, wait,
he
hold on. My bad. I was like trying to pull your stats up. He was MVP.
yeah he was MVP last season. Carry on Johnson.
I gotta pull
And,
some more for that. He was
so yeah,
MVP.
He was MVP last season, and
Wow.
he was like a 75 or 78 like running back when I first got him in
Wow.
Lions. So I kind of figured that out late. So I kind of figured out the run game late. So I'm always late. That's the thing.
Mhm.
That's why it always takes me a couple seasons to get used to it, because everybody's playing in like four different leagues. By the time I catch up,
Yeah.
it's like season two, season three.
Mhm.
Um, yeah. So yeah, Kerryon Johnson was MVP last year. He's like a superstar now, and
Okay.
that's
Wow.
probably yeah, it's probably the smartest trade I made was no, not smartest, but the most beneficial trade I made was uh, Littleton for Swift with
Mhm.
Jeremy, and like
Right.
that's
Mhm.
yeah, that's like I don't know. I like using linebackers.
You good at it.
That's yeah, I
Yeah.
like using so that's I knew like that was a good trade for me. So and even Nako, you can ask him. I always told him like once I figure out defense, it's a wrap. I really
Yeah.
don't care about offense. Like if I figure out the defense, I can get you like 4 picks a game. That's nothing. But yeah, that's what that was.
Yeah, that's from what I've seen, that's true because that game, I was just looking like, and you took the one where he was like, maybe if he had scored, maybe the game could have changed a little bit. Like maybe, I think you were up 17-0, but he was at like in the red zone. And maybe if he scores, 17-7, and who knows what happens. But when you took it from one end zone to the other one, off of the read that you made, I was like, man, like it's like I don't even know how to describe it because it's just like seeing it in real time, which I think now I tend to watch a little bit of your games most of the time, if not the whole game. I get a little bit, but I remember just from going from or you going from the and you could probably talk about this a little bit. You had the playing single back bunch where the receivers going those little crazy little outs, and I was I would watch, or like that one time a year when we played. I'm like, all right, when I see
And,
that bunch, I know what's going to happen.
and then Chris, I don't know if people know this, but I live in DC in the DC area.
Right.
I truly don't care about football.
Mhm.
I I don't know if that makes any sense. Like, when when Manny invited me to league, it was like 2015, 16. That's the first time I played Madden since Vic was on the cover.
Wow. Okay.
So like, so to be honest, like, so when people think I'm trolling in the chat, like when I ask about stuff,
Mhm.
it's like I really don't know. Like
Right.
people might think I'm trolling, but I really don't know. Like I'm a basketball head. That's pretty much it. I don't care
Yeah.
about cover twos, cover three. I don't know all that stuff. All I
Right.
know is like okay, run, get open. That's all I know.
Right. Get open.
That yeah, that's
I
all I
mean,
know. It's like
it could
and
be so simple though.
yeah, but I mean, like it's like even my first season of the league, that's what it was all about. Just run, get open,
Mhm.
what works. Um, yeah, I wasn't breaking the game down I think like the top person to break the game down in our league, I think is um is Chris out
Oh,
in
and
New Orleans.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, he's up there.
L-
He's definitely up there.
yeah, yeah. LSU Chris, like he's probably like the top break down the game person in the
Yeah,
league.
like
I think.
his game, you see, like in terms of like what they're thinking and conceptually, that's him. Like
Yeah,
definitely, like, he's a big concept guy, and yeah, so I would definitely have to agree to a large extent. But I
yeah.
didn't know that. I mean, but I kind of got that impression though, just over in 10 all these years now. I'm like, yeah, like it's like, and even in the basketball, like heavy in that, but then I never really thought about it. But in football, it's like I'm like, dang, like does he have like a squad for real? But I guess it's more like a area thing, like loyalty to the region.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
Mm,
it's pretty much like I'm more Baltimore Ravens than Redskins, to be honest.
yeah,
Yeah,
and that's kind of
yeah,
what I gathered. So I'm like,
yeah.
it's right here. So
And like for the I'm like sick of the Redskins, pretty much. Like I
yeah,
think I told some of the chat, like every time you turn on the radio, they'll be talking about what free agent they're gonna get, who they're hyped for, what system they're gonna get into. Then when the season comes, it's 4-12. Like so,
right,
like I kind of checked out basically
yeah,
on like football. So in that sense, yeah, I've always been like a basketball head more than a football head.
Mm,
So yeah, so that's kind of like when people think I'm trolling in the league. I just want to send that message out. I'm not really trolling. I'm like when I ask questions about like what's a playmaker, all that stuff.
right,
What's this? What's that? I'm not really. I'm pretty sincere about that. Like I don't know what they're talking about. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Like, see, and I've kind of like haven't seen it relative to like other subjects. I figured as well. What's in here? See something. I figured as well though that um that was the case. Like it just made sense. How do I get back to the screen? But it's cool because
Oh, we got another DMV rep in the
man, we
panel.
in here tonight. We in here. Is that
Yo, who's that?
That's
yo,
Mikey.
Mikey?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yo, what's good?
who's that? Who's that, Redo? Who else is that?
It's Bilbo.
Oh, the
What's
infamous
good, Mikey?
Bilbo.
Hold on, wait.
This is.
Y'all can't do this to me though. Like I ain't gonna be the only one not repping. Hold
I'm gonna
on.
let Bilbo. I'm gonna let
Everybody
Bilbo have
rep
his
the
time.
Nets.
I just had to see what Bilbo even looked like. I thought half the chat don't even know what he looked like.
Hey man, I should have kept that on, right? I should be like the ghost of the machine. I should just kept that going.
But no, I'm gonna let Bilbo have his time because he definitely got to talk his shit right now.
Yeah, oh, when this drops, man, like it's gonna be crazy. It
I,
might be the most anticipated one.
yeah, I might low key. I'm gonna tell Nico to join low key. See if the crash.
Yeah, I should have hit him up too. But yeah. Let's see if we can make that happen.
But all right, y'all.
All
Do your
right.
shit, bro.
Bet.
All right, Mike.
All right.
Shout out Mikey, Houston Texans. I think one loss,
Hey
Houston
man, Mike.
Texans still.
Yeah.
Yeah, he won like 52-38 today. I just saw the score. But
Yeah.
yes, I mean I can say like the area I feel like is well represented right now between you and this like I don't know what to call it really, but this streak that you've been on, that's probably the best way to say it. David's won championships, Mikey's one loss. Um, I think I'm forgetting somebody, but yeah, I mean the area's in good hands. So um, going back though, like to what you were saying for a minute. So let me ask you this. Relative so Madden, like basically started from Madden 17 and worked your way up from nothing to where you are now, basically. How do you think you would fare if the whole Nike talk was like a 2K league?
Um, like I mean, to be honest, like even video games, like I've never been like for a while. I wasn't really for me. Like I even 2K, I'm trash pretty much like in 2K.
Mm,
But just in terms of I think Madden you can if you know the game of football
yeah,
and you know the concepts, it can translate to the game.
right.
If that makes any sense to you, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. So I think that was always my disadvantage. Like even the concepts, I wasn't I wasn't all the way aware of the concepts, for example.
Yeah.
And that's why, for example, when you say I was always kind of running the same plays, it's
Hmm.
basically 'cause I didn't know what I was doing. I was like I was trying to get open and pass and get open. That's pretty
Yeah.
much what it was, right?
Right.
Um, so going back to Nagel, that's one of the things I think that's one of his strengths and his Achilles heel is like he tries to read the game too much.
Ah, okay.
and sometimes that works in his favor. And if you know that that's what he's trying to do, it works against him,
Mm.
and that's part of the psychological advantage. I can say that now because I want him to lose the next 3 games, but that's a heads up to anybody who's playing him next. I think I saw Jeremy played him, right. I don't know if you. I think Jeremy
Um,
lost, right?
let's see, because I this week I have been kind of like out the loop. Let me share this screen. We'll go here. You can share. Hold on. Do that and that. No, do. Oh, okay. Is that how you do it? No. Okay. Whatever.
I saw the plan area. I know they lost. I think it sounded like Jeremy lost though.
Oh, see, I wouldn't be surprised because Jeremy wins. Jeremy loses games he should win, and it's always been that way. And I have to get him on here because like you and Nako, like how like you have the psychological advantage over him, like the way you describe. That's I have one over Jeremy Rome the same way. Like I mean, because there are games that we've played. For context, we've played each other every year of this league. The only game he's won was when I was in Oakland the first season, and he won like 17-14. And after that, like nah, like now we've had we've had a number of close games since then, but he's been up 10 points before, like in the second half, and I just came back and won. Like or we played in the playoffs and it was just easy. Um, so it's been ran the whole gamut of ways to win, and I think it kind of stems from that psychological advantage. But let's all right. So I have the current standings entering the week. I'm not sure. Have you played your game this week?
No, I think I go against. We're supposed to play tonight, but I told Des it's not gonna happen. So maybe
Oh,
we'll,
okay.
we'll play tomorrow. So we play Des. Yeah,
Big
Des
game.
always tough game. Yeah.
I'm not missing this game. Like if I gotta put the game on
Hey man,
wherever I'm
don't
at.
hype Des up, man.
Oh no, no, it ain't because it does. He know that. Like the only thing I'm gonna hype Des up about, and Des, if you watching this, my Duke shorts, my Maryland shorts, my Seattle Sonics shorts are on the wash right now. You pick the one that you want to work in because when I get on the block, you can't move me off. And I don't even get on the block. I play on the outside. But what I'm saying is they because this is the thing. For years now, and you've seen it in multiple chats, so you know I can't escape like this little man. Like I'm like synonymous with the little man. I'm like, how am I little? And I'm 6'3". Like, what are we talking about? So, and Des, because I can't bench long arms. Only reason, long arms. It's not because of a lack of ability, and it's definitely not because of a lack of willingness. But if I wanted to bench 200 pounds, I could go do it. But it just structurally doesn't work for me, so I don't. But that has never been the case in
Like,
terms of like
gotta
how they
bring your elbows
identify.
in, man.
Yeah, exactly. I gotta do something like now. I've learned like I got close to 200, but Des, if you're watching, after you lose this weekend, just consider
Like,
that a prelude, a precursor to when I see you on that court. Twan always talked to C's about Prime KG. I don't know who I'm gonna give you in their prime, but
I
I
don't know
got
what
a whole
Twan's
lot of
talking about,
buckets.
man.
Hmm?
Twan's more like a prime Othello Harrington. That's what he is.
Twan, like, were you? Oh, I don't know if you were there for that conversation. So apparently in the summertime, I meant to hit you up about it. I don't even know if I did or I didn't. I can't remember. But yeah, so I think we got to talking about like possibly going up there to hoop in the summer, provided everything is like, you know, kind of like manageable, I guess. So being
Hey
that,
man.
yeah, so being that I know you got like a little shot and all that. So yeah, just consider it. If I didn't mention it before, consider the invitation offered as well.
Yeah, yeah. Let me know, man. I'm in the Paul Pierce career of my phase. I used to be on the Kobe, but now I'm on strictly jump shots and old man game. That's what it
Okay, if we need you to call a game though, then
is.
we in good hands. Yeah, I'll keep you posted. Um, but all right, so looking at this whole thing entering this week, like, and I know the advances are like 48 hours now, so I guess it's like a silent message to me from me to me that I'm gonna have to get back in these shows like pretty often because stuff's about to pick up. So you currently you're in, at least according to I don't know how the Daddy Leagues does their tiebreakers, but it shows me that you in right now. And it's you that could be in, is Brandon that could be in, and Bean who could get in if he just rights the ship a little bit, and somehow some way Des is only 2 games out. This is like career highlight for him. Um, but like you said, so Nico is 9-4, and I know his schedule gets kind of crazy. I think at the end here. Um, let's see. I hope nobody's in the waiting room because I did not pay attention to that in the past like 10 minutes. I'm tripping. Okay, schedule. What are we doing tonight? There we go. Meanwhile, let me check that. Oop,
Yeah, I think Nico beat Jeremy tonight. Something like that.
oh yeah, they did play. Okay. He might have. He might have. That would be such like a that would be such a Nako and Jeremy type result. Like I would not be surprised.
Yeah,
And then
he beat him. It was a snow game. So it's like
okay, so he's 10-4. Okay. So then he has Dez and he plays Flash. So he'll probably should go, I would figure, 1-1 in his regular season. So he's 10-4. So with 1 win, he'll get the division, but that's okay in your case because it looks like you got the handle on this last playoff game or this last playoff seed. Let me look at your schedule now. Lions, the Detroit Lions, man. Oh, so you got okay. So you got Dez. What tomorrow? Probably this weekend. We can say. Then Bean. I'm there for that game because Bean was not Bean. I feel like Bean was well motivated by his grade. And, I mean,
I don't. That's what I was telling you, man. Like I don't know, Bean. Like he always. I don't know. He tries. I don't know. Bean always does something crazy against me. Like I think if you look at my last result with Bean, like a 3 point game. It was like yeah, it was like 2 games ago.
okay, yeah, 34-31. Let's look at
Yeah,
it real quick.
yeah, yeah.
Um.
It was it was basically like I bought the last drive pretty much.
Okay. I think
Yeah,
I watched a little bit of that game too. I didn't see it wasn't like the end, but I saw a few plays here and there. Um,
yeah.
yeah, Bean is better than how he plays. That's the
Yeah,
best way I could say it. Like,
yeah, that's why I'm always kind of surprised. Like when
yeah.
I think he kind of sticks to one thing that he's doing. Like I've noticed, like he likes to he looks for the big pass. That's what he looks for now. Like he's always looking for that. And if he catches those, like it's gonna be a tough game for him. But that's if you shut that down, it's like it's gonna be a long day for him.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know if it's an aspect of laziness, but I think that's my assessment of it.
Mhm.
Um, like you said, like he doesn't play as good as he should be playing. Like he kind of goes to one thing that's working, and if it doesn't work, then like he doesn't have a plan B. No, he does. He has a plan B, but doesn't have plan C. That's
Okay.
what I've noticed about. That's what I've noticed about.
And
Yeah, because last season, this goes back to again. This goes back. I should have been in the playoffs last season.
mhm,
Like we had me and Bean played a game. Like somebody gave a forced win to somebody who wasn't playing,
mm.
and basically I got knocked out the playoffs because of that.
Oh,
Yeah.
uh-oh.
Then I beat Bean the last game of the playoffs, and like I said, like he was kind of doing the same thing, and he doesn't he doesn't necessarily adjust to it. And I think sometimes I don't know. It's not laziness. It's more of like he gets locked into what he wants to do,
Mm.
and if you disrupt that, then his plan kind of goes crazy. He starts throwing picks. He starts doing crazy stuff.
Right, because I
Yeah.
mean these picks, like let's check this out. I'm gonna just run down each game how many picks he's thrown this season. 3, 4, 5, 0, the only 0, 8, 3, 5, 7, 8. 3, 5, 7, 8? Like really? 23 in 4 weeks? 2, 2, 3, and then 5 against Tampa Bay.
How many do you have against
Ah,
Detroit?
hmm?
How many did he have against
Oh,
Detroit?
against you, he had
Three,
he
right?
was 15 for 24, 259, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions.
Yeah, all user picks. Those are all user picks because
All
I
user
mean,
picks. I
hey
believe
man,
it.
because
why
I
why do they
yeah
test you? Like,
yeah I that's part of it is like personnel and part of it is like knowing what he wants to do.
mhm,
And yeah, and like I kind of adjusted. I look back at the losses I had, and that's one of them which I think I could have done better. Like I could have adjusted earlier than I did. Like I made a couple bad plays and whatnot, but yeah, like I always respect Bean. Like Bean's always a fun game. So yeah.
yeah. Yeah,
What's
Bean.
up, Marcus?
Yeah, well, oh,
What up?
yo, what's up, man? What hold on. Actually, before I was gonna ask the second question, let me say the first part. Thank you for reminding me. I forgot all about what was going on this week because I just hadn't, I don't know, I hadn't been around. But yeah, what brings you to No Wellin tonight? Like, what brings the Cleveland Browns in here to No Wellin?
Oh shit, man! Like I was about to hit you up, text you about doing another mock real soon. I'm probably gonna knock mine out this weekend and send it to you.
Okay, yeah, we
Yeah.
can
Hey, you know how it is with
yeah.
Marcus, man. He was plotting on a young thing. She probably stood him up.
He might have bagged it though. The way the
Yeah,
chat be talking, he probably
he,
bagged it.
he's got some extra time on his hands.
See,
No, 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 no,
I
no, 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 no! Don't do this! Don't do this! Don't do this tonight.
if
No.
we like pulling the curtain back on this week, I could truly say the reason that No Wellin has not happened in the past 2 weeks was because I've been getting my Marcus Kemp on. The oven is right over there, and I've been baking cakes. Like it is what it is, right? And I mean, when a lot of y'all not, when everything's going down last night, I wasn't in chat because I was on FaceTime. Like I figured get your haircut on Saturday. Full disclosure, side note, I never get my hair cut on Saturday, but when I do, good things usually happen. So get my hair cut on Saturday, which was a rarity. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go have some photo shoots. I'm gonna go use these pictures, and then we're gonna go from there. So safe dating, all that. But the pre-stages, I mean, what can I say? It kind of fun, but I get my pictures, I start shooting the shot, and boom, here we are, FaceTiming 8 hours at a time on a
Whoa,
Thursday
whoa,
night.
whoa, whoa! Slow down, buddy.
Now, also, I didn't no FaceTime today, not a single second. That's why I'm here talking to y'all now, or I'm able to at least. which is good. But you shouldn't have taught me that. If you never mentioned baking the cake, I probably they probably had a lot more write ups. They probably had a lot more revelations, and they would have had No Wellin before this 2 week mark that I've been gone. So thank you.
Okay, first of all, all right, but look, I don't be baking cakes that heavy. I just do what I do. I chill, man. Now, just like the best thing to do is just to pick your spots, man. Once you pick your spot, and ain't nothing telling like when that first shot go in, when you first shoot, when you become the single dude, and it just go in beautifully.
Mhm.
And then you start getting momentum, and females start to pick up on it. It's a different feeling. But yeah, man. Now I'm just chilling. You know where I was last time I was on here, so I
Oh,
can't.
right.
So I'm not gonna sit here and just blow up my whole situation. But let's put it
Right.
like this: I can move around if I want to.
Yeah, man. Marcus the Theo Ratliff with the hose, right? That's pretty much what
Yeah.
it
Like
is,
you know who he's
Why?
like. He know who he's like.
right? Once he gets them in the paint, that's a wrap, right?
It's over. And I can tell you who else he's like. Joe Ingles. And I know you don't like that guy, but because it's so unassuming. Like, see, because when they see Kerm, they see. Actually, let me back that up. Momentum. You mentioned that word, Mr. Kemp.
Yeah.
You've been cracking heads, and Nick Chubb hasn't been doing anything. I mean, relatively speaking. Like, so he had what 7 yards one game, and
Yep.
what, and you won that game, correct?
No, I lost that one to Will. Because what happened was,
Right.
it was just like the funny part is it's not like he didn't dominate the whole game. Like what I did was poor play calling. I went for it on 4th and 2 on my 25 after he just threw a pick, and I seen him pressing OBJ, so I kind of like audible and just like just go deep. And what happened was like OBJ beat his dude off the line and he got up. But when I threw the ball, his DB just made a good play. Just the Madden just let his DB cut up and make a good play. But I was like, what? I think it was 21-14 at that time.
Uh-huh.
So I wasn't out of the game. But after that decision, it really kind of cost me. So you know how this shit goes, man. Once
Well,
you go for it and that they stop it, all the momentum goes their way. It's just hard to get back. So it was on me. I'll let Will get that one. I know Will ain't gonna beat me ever again. Like that. No. No. But I like
hold
man,
on.
like I
Wait, hold no. Hold on. Because I heard something. He not going to beat you, but then I heard he not going to beat you ever again, right? And then there was that qualifier, not like that. So who's the better player, you or Will?
me. I'm a better player. I just fuck myself. Like I'm like this. I'm not gonna let him ever do another fucking fake field goal next time like
He
that. I'm
was
telling
wide
you.
open.
I'm like this on some real shit. If I get up on Will and I'm up by like about 2 touchdowns and it's going to 4th quarter and I got the ball, I'm putting 60. I'm going for 60. I'm telling you, every time we play each other, I'm really going for 60. Fuck what you heard. It's 60 on the it's 60.
Hey, Will, if you're watching, apologies. Like I said, I had a
Ain't no fucking apologies.
no, not from
60.
you, from me. I was absent this week. Apologies, Will, because I meant to hit you up and see if you wanted to be on the show. However, this man says he's better than you. If you won, you don't have to, because I mean you already won. You don't have nothing, you might not have nothing to say. But if you do have something to say, you're always welcome. Just let me know. But
Either I feel like this. That's the most points Will ever scored against me too. 35.
because you let him, right?
No, yeah.
Oh,
Like I
he
said,
just
it just like that fake field goal and shit. Like okay, all right, cool. He having his day in the sun, which is cute, But at the same time, Nah, I'm gonna embarrass the shit out of him next time we play. Like
Okay.
he routed me up. He saw what I did to Brandon and brought them
Yeah.
Rams out there.
Now, let me ask you about that because Chubb only had 118 yards, and again, I missed that too. But I saw like the box score, and I was like, what was happening? Like because
You trying to figure out how I got 60 with those not that many yards and shit.
yes, because that's not you. That's not you historically. Like how does that happen?
Oh no, it's called Denzel Ward. Yo, prime time Buckeye had
Know it.
2 pick sixes, 2 of them, damn near back to back. Then my middle linebacker had 2 pick sixes. So
Wow. 4 pick
so
sixes.
it was like a lot of
Wow.
defensive scoring and fucking. I actually was throwing the ball well against them, so that's a huge difference for me because I don't throw in the air that much. I think Baker had 300, so
Yeah, 329. Sheesh. Okay.
that's
Brandon and Bean are
that's
like,
not me.
yeah, Brandon and Bean are almost like I feel like they I mean, in different ways, but they kind of average out to be one and the same. At least this cycle is like they could play well, but if they start throwing the picks, it's gonna get ugly. It's gonna get ugly. Um, but yeah, we can do the mock again now that some pro days are start or have already happened and more starting to happen.
Yeah,
We
more
can do
starting to
another
happen.
one. Let's say next week for sure.
Yeah,
Whatever day, don't matter. You're
yeah,
making the
that's
play.
a
Oh, you're making the playoffs, so I guess we can play it based on that because since nobody's in your division. And
bro. I got time. Trust me, I'll make
all right,
time. That's what I said. That's why I was like, I'll knock mine out this weekend. I'll just let you, whenever you have the time, just do it. You know what I'm saying?
okay. Um,
Hey, I opened up a spot for you, Bilbo. You better not mess this up. especially taking out Brandon, dog.
I didn't even notice that you did, and that's crazy. That's
Yeah,
crazy. Funny how things work.
yeah,
I
I don't
know,
know, but
bro.
like Brandon, like you said, like Brandon is another one, like Bean, right? Like I think Brandon plays into his quarterback thing, his quarterback situation a bit more. I think like he's always kind of holds that against himself. I don't know if that makes any sense.
Like,
Like I think like he hasn't been fully adjusted to his quarterback situation, basically.
yeah, it's been fluid. Like, I feel like his quarterbacks have gotten better, but like I was saying the other episode, after that first season when he was running the ball really well,
Ooh.
I don't know if he like and this is what I figured it was. Like, okay, he's like, okay, I know I can run. Let me try to work on my passing game to match it, but I feel like he might have like overcompensated a little bit. Like just honestly, y'all are two of the prime examples. Just do what you're good at and just let whatever happen happen. Like
Yeah, yeah, because I had a game with Brandon. He had like a shootout. It was like a 40. It was like a 40-40 game, and I think he came expecting me to run the ball the whole time, but I think one of the things I've exhibited over the past couple games, like if my run game is not working, I can throw it as well.
I've noticed that too. And it's not
Let
like just the just the screen anymore. Like
Yeah,
it's other stuff.
yeah. It's like that's one of the reasons why I changed playbooks, and that was kind of part of the adjustment of I think why I lost a couple of games because I was kind of still getting used to playbooks. But like yeah, if the run's not working, I can go for 300, 400 plus yards as well. So
It's not
um,
bad. And
yeah,
being that y'all have the same record, you got that head-to-head tiebreaker. This is so good. Like for all the, I'm not gonna say disrespect, but the NFC clearly doesn't get the same. It's not held in the same regard as the AFC. But that is not to say the NFC is not competitive. It's just that, and this is what I don't understand either. I'll just go ahead and say it. I'm not I'm not currently playing, so whatever. When it comes to teams and when it comes to conferences, I have never in my life understood why. What is the pride factor in having the tougher road to a championship? Because I can't really like go off of it because if the Panthers are there, that's where I'm going until my own championship happens. But otherwise, it's like I'm not. The goal is not to play a bunch of guys that I'm gonna play anyway, or I'm gonna play one of anyway if I do my thing on this side. But I'm like, I get it, but it's like because if you don't win a championship and you're certain people, that's how they're gonna tell you anyway. So why not make it easier on yourself? And I've had this conversation with a couple of people. Like, why not make it easier on yourself rather than being like potentially 13-3 and missing out on the playoffs? Like, I just don't get it. Maybe I could shed some light on it because I don't understand.
Shit, me, I'll be trying to take the easy way. Fuck what you heard.
And,
Fuck what you
and I
heard.
can and even though like so even though like you're like you're still working for your first playoff win, it's not like it's not a bad route. If people had just could like just do it more and kind of get off of the but he didn't play anybody, that's a lie because Kenny almost lost to Jesus, who's just like working himself back into the league. Um, I've had games where it's like I don't know, I probably almost lost to somebody one time. It's been a few times, and like it took a lot to not. So it's like yeah, like just go where you. I mean, go where you go, and you kind of can't control folks in the conference, but there's no like I don't know. I think that kind of gets overvalued. The tough road. It's tough winning regardless. So
Exactly. But it's like people like, oh, you got nobody in your division. It's not my fault. People quit my division. It's not my fault. It's like, yo, my division was straight when it first started. Then people start falling out. It's like, what you want me to
yeah,
do?
that was crazy. Because truthfully, well, you know what? I was going to say
Because I'm like
truthfully,
because I'm like Twan and B are not bad players. B
but they're
quit
not what
after
they
the first
were.
season.
They're Twan and B when they're playing like at their best. Twan and B versus Twan and B we've seen since the last three cycles. These guys right here, when at their best, those are legitimate top 10-ish players.
Right.
These guys, the reality, bottom half at best, bottom half. Like,
And like I said, man, look, I like at the time I picked the best team that was available for me. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like, oh damn, like I was just trying to look for easy division. It was no such thing. Like I'm looking for an easy division. It was like, okay, all right. The best team was available was the Browns at the time when it was my time to pick. So I picked the Browns. But then see, hey, how it shook out, I was like, okay, Speedy's there. Okay, I feel like somebody's gonna pick the Steelers for B. That's good, but no, B got him. And I'm like, okay, the Bengals probably goes to somebody that's probably on the lower end that's probably gonna be good. Then I was like, okay, it's Twin. So I'm like, all right, it's gonna be interesting.
so let me ask you this. All right, so we see
What to
we
do.
see where you're at with the AFC. Like, you're basically guaranteed I mean, and not guaranteed, like you actually like you win, you win games. But more or less when it comes to playoff time, you're the fourth seed. You play the best team that doesn't make the playoffs. I mean,
Right.
the best team that doesn't win a division in the AFC.
Right.
If you were in the NFC, with how the NFC has gone this particular cycle,
Mm-hmm.
let me ask you this, and no Wellin, so don't. Where would you be? Like what would your peak be if you were in the NFC with this group of members that's in the NFC?
I think I'll be in the same spot where I'm at now. I think I'll still be winning some games. I think I'll be in the playoffs. I think I'll probably make the playoffs. Well, amount of time I made the playoffs now. It all depends on what team I had. You know what I'm saying? Um, like no knocking nobody or anything. Like let's have picked the Falcons, and you
Okay.
was gone. I feel like I'll be winning the division in the South.
Oh, really?
Yeah, without you,
Whoa.
without you in a way, without
Yeah.
you, I really feel like I will win the South because really, like, no offense to Mark, like, yeah, Mark is okay, but at the same time, like, who else would be in my way? Because the other dude, the Saints, is eh. The Panthers user before, like,
Ooh.
the Panthers user that was before the one they took after you, the one that was cheating a lot.
Yeah,
He's eh.
that dude was.
I'm like, he was cool. He was all right, but nigga was a cheater. But still, like, he barely beat me. So I know if we was in the same division, I'd be trying to run his ass out that bitch. So like I said, if I had the Falcons and you was not there, I think I would made the playoffs a couple of times. If you in the division, I probably would snuck in the wild card. You know what I'm saying? Because I think Mark snuck in with the Bucks.
Yeah, he did. I
That's what I'm
believe.
saying. Like, if I played him, I know I would have snuck in. No bullshit. But I feel like I'd be on the same path where I am now because, like, in my other leagues, I've been making the playoffs consistent, like, legit over there.
See,
Like,
Bilbo, they go to other leagues.
that's what I'm saying. But it's different over here because the level, like, it's some talented dudes over there in the Ignite League, which they not bad, but at the same time, the rules is a lot difficult and it's a lot, like, challenging, I want to say a little bit. It's like the rules over there is like it's catered to the people who can actually swing that bitch, throw the ball, because you can't really follow nobody. You legit got to play in your zone. If you don't play in your zone, you get in trouble over there, and they quick to suspend a motherfucker quick. So it's like it's catered for people who can swing it. I'm not a thrower, and you know I'm not a thrower, but
Right.
my developing is getting better throwing because of that league. But my other league over there, another league I'm in, it was like a fantasy league type of thing. I'm literally 8-4 right now in the second season. The last season I was 10-6, got knocked out of the divisional by the champ. So I'm like, it's literally like I'd be consistently getting better, especially throwing the ball. It's just the point now is like I need to take all the shit I learned from like on those leagues and put it in Nike Talk in a more consistent basis. And my problem is I'm not consistent at all.
True.
In this
Yeah.
league. And that's what's killing me. And like with like Bilbo, I need to get like Bilbo, throw the ball a little bit better, but nah, man. Once I'm clicking with the run and Chubb is clicking, I can't get away from it, man. Fuck you. Fuck with your hurt.
I mean,
So
nor should
that's what
y'all.
it's. That's what I'm learning, man. Like you have to adjust if it's. I mean, if one thing's not working, you can give it time it will work. If it's not working the first half, for example, you can come back to it the second half
Mhm.
and just make them adjust. So
I I still can't. I mean, not like I can't believe in a bad way, but I'm like, I'm shocked. Like, I don't even have an MVP in my little case. Like, beat me to it. Like, that is crazy. That's dope, though. I mean, wow. That's
hey man,
insane.
I think it was me against Nick Chubb, right? Right, Marcus? It was
Yeah,
Kerryon Johnson versus Nick Chubb for MVP.
right. It was literally the
Yeah,
battle of the running backs.
yeah.
Wow.
The game ended like 44-41 because I had the ball in the last second to kick the field goal. That's the only reason why I beat
Never
Man,
Yeah,
y'all have been in the same division before, right? Like once,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Oh, I think that's when
yeah.
your first year in the league, right?
And I think last season, right? I think I caught Marcus like one or two games last season.
Mm.
Yeah, then like one game. I think yeah, he beat me like one game, and the next game it was like a weird like he got like an interception at the in the red zone, and he
In
ran
one.
it back. Yeah, it was like the most Madden interception. Like it
I'm,
bounced
I'm
it
like
it
this. I'm
bounced
like this. Bilbo had me that game. He threw a slant, right? Like he had it. It was like I think it was like 10 seconds left. I'm up one. His dude literally beat me on the slant. I don't know how the fuck this happened. The ball popped straight up in the air. Somebody
Exactly.
from my defense caught that bitch and took it to the house, and that's how I won.
Exactly.
Literally just sealed the game.
Yeah.
Now that brings up another topic because Bilbo, I wanted to mention, and this is what I have. This is one of the funniest like things to me in the league. The way post game after you like your like matter of fact your game with Tampa Bay is the example I'm thinking of. The way you describe how the play happened is second to none to me as far as like the replay, how like you're like the dude basically caught the interception like between his legs or something, and if you threw it, it would. Oh no, it was a touchdown that Mark Buccaneers. Yeah, but if you
Yeah.
threw it, it would have been a pick. Like, how does that feel when that happens?
I mean that I think that's the reason I come back to the league sometimes because I know like that's like purely random, right?
Yeah,
Like I could throw a perfect pass to a 99 receiver, and it would get picked off, but somebody else would throw a pass to some dude, and it would go through my linebacker's legs, and they'll get the catch, like. I don't know. So I guess I'm a glutton for punishment, as they say. But yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me. Like, okay, that's like you can't get mad at that, right? Like you played the perfect defense. You guys were in the right spots, but all it took was for him to get the ball through his legs to catch the touchdown. Yeah,
yeah. That and that's just another reason why I have to watch because truly, like when I do watch your games and like not lately because you've been like winning, but it seems like when those plays happen, those usually like decide the game in some shape, way, or
yeah,
form,
yeah,
or
yeah,
influence the
yeah.
game. And it's so funny, like watching. I'll watch on maybe like on my phone, and then like I might like jump out of the game for a second, go back in the chat, and I see like your like instant feedback about it. I be in here cracking up. Like I'm gonna start watching your games like like watch your game on the computer, watch my phone for the reaction, and just see what happens. It's hilarious though, and it's been like that for a while.
Yeah, and I think that's like my Achilles heel because if I start seeing random stuff happening like early in the game, like I'll check out. Like, okay,
Right.
this is not. I'm not gonna bother kind of fighting back. But that so I think one thing that I try to do is like, I try to get ahead early, or be aggressive early. Then at least I put myself in a psychological position to keep fighting. But
Yeah.
once you start seeing stuff like people just getting random picks, like I remember that game against the Bucks was wild. Like he had like a pick where it bounced off my dude's head, and and he got the pick for a pick six, something crazy. Like,
Wow.
okay, yeah, it's that.
Like what do you
Okay,
even
this,
do? Like
yeah,
what do you
like
even say?
yeah, I can't really do anything about that. But yeah, yeah, that's yeah. So I guess I have to. At the end of the day, like we said, like it's a video game, so you kind of have to keep that normalized, so to speak. So
I would
Yeah,
have broke my
yeah,
controller.
man. Oh, speaking of controllers and Mark, Tampa Bay Mark, who I meant to talk about in this show. I'll save that for Sunday. Hopefully, what I was going to say is still applies. But I was right over there playing the last game I played, the most recent game I played. Um, I forgot what happened. I forgot what happened, but I nearly broke my controller. Like I was trying to like throw the controller like into the couch, and more importantly, forget the controller. The controller survived. It like the controller skipped the couch and like came all the way into the kitchen, like right over there. Um, but more importantly, I lost my accessories, and I've been kind of lacking ever since. Like beads just went flying everywhere. I picked the controller back up, and I think that's the only reason I won that game because I was mad my beads broke. Um, that game was crazy though because like I was up 24-10 at one point, but his touchdowns were more or less effortless when he came back and tied it. I had to have a whole like 80-yard bomb at the half to even go in the lead in the locker room with the lead. And I'm like, yo, why does this game feel like this? If he did not, he'll tell you the same. If he did not do that with Colin Kaepernick to get that first down, because he got greedy, and I was a little frustrated. Again, my beads were low. I gave him a mean hit stick, and I got that recovery and took the ball all the way down to win. If he didn't do that juke though, he probably wins that game. And then I'd be sitting here thinking, the last game I played, I lost. I don't like that. I don't like that. So I need y'all to hold it
And
down
that,
for me. Mhm.
I mean, that's what it is, right? Like I think it's part of it. Like I think that's my hardest part is just kind of because I'm used to playing like physical sports and if you know you can get an edge, you can kind of fight your way to get that edge.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, this is all like pixels and graphics, right? Like
Yeah.
all you can do is stay locked in. It doesn't matter if the other person is doing dumb stuff. All you can do is just stay locked in what you're
Yeah, like
doing.
control your side of it, basically.
Yeah, exactly. So that's kind of the hard part. So sometimes when I like post stuff in the chat, that's just my way of letting that aggression out.
Yeah, I've done the
Yeah,
same. Mhm.
yeah, it's like okay, fine. You threw a bomb at 3rd and 24, and and it went for and it went to the house when off of like a throw from the sack at 3rd and 24. I can't do anything about that, right? So
Right.
yeah.
All you
And
can do
that
is
was
just put
part
your
of
hand up and say, fuck it.
yeah, and that was kind of like part of my game with Mako. People were saying I was going for a lot of fourth downs, but a part of that was kind of emotional
Right.
and just being like, all right, this is a dude who like spent like 3 days plotting to get one of my dudes suspended for a fourth down play. He's out here throwing fourth downs. Okay, let me throw a fourth down and show you how it feels to throw a fourth down.
Right.
And like for the next like he was flustered after that when I made a fourth down conversion. He's like, oh, this sucks, right? It's, okay,
Yeah.
I like that. I appreciate that you feel that way about
That's
that.
you know what that is? That's straight Robert Greene, like that's like 48 lots of power stuff, like demoralize, de-weaponize your
Yeah,
opponent.
yeah. So like because I knew like even if I throw on fourth down, if I get a turnover, I'm gonna get it back regardless. And that, so I want you to feel that pain. So that was like so 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 I want you to. I don't care if I get 5 guys suspended as long as I make you feel that dissatisfaction.
I
I'm
love
good.
it.
That's a win to me. So that goes back to my aspect of psychological advantage. Like I don't care if you post in a chat about me getting suspended. I'll do it
Right.
again just to spite you. That that's worth more than a Super Bowl to me, right? So
Oh man,
that's my psychology.
that's real.
Yeah.
Hey, but you know what killed me was like Mako was trying to avoid Bilbo this whole time before they even played. Like he was trying to get a forced win all day against
Today?
Bilbo. I was like, no, like before they played, it was
Oh,
like
yesterday.
yesterday. He kept on saying like, "Yeah, I'm about to get a forced win because Bilbo haven't showed up." I was like, yeah, everybody knows
Yo,
Bilbo busy and he
he
plays his games. So
nah,
what the
it was
fuck?
he felt that streak like that first game, and
No, I
then
think he was joking. To be fair to me, he was joking.
probably.
Yeah, we
I
had
don't
set
know,
it up
man.
we had set it up
I
for
feel
him.
like
Yeah.
Nako's good at that. Like he is very good at he comes from like the Mark school of kayfabe. Like
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, it's
So
persona.
and exactly, and that's the reason why like I threw it at fourth every time. Just just to just to f with that kayfabe, right?
Right.
It blew my. Doesn't matter if you have a 99 receiver, right?
Right.
As long as I can fuck with you mentally, that's all that matters, right? It does. You can throw it to whoever you want, but as long as if I'm in your head, that's all that
That's
matters.
it.
Like
Yeah.
exactly.
Oh,
So,
Jesus Christ.
Because yeah, Camp, I remember we played a game. Matter of fact, I remember everything about this day, so I'll tell you. We played Madden 16. It was the
Mm,
first season, the season I went undefeated. We played like
right,
week 3. I had went to work, East Bay. So we caught the big bus. It took us about a bus load to East Bay. So
right,
we go to the East Bay shop, work from like 5 to 9 or something, 5 to 8, 4 to 8, something like that.
right.
We come back, but we in the chat talking trash that whole day, that entire day. And I remember coming back, I was like, I like this. I like messing with him. Like it's cool, it's fun. Cause I knew you was gonna give it your all. And all you did give. But I knew that one time you like that slippage, I was like, it's gonna break him. It's gonna break him. It's gonna be over. And only
I
won the
know
game
which
by
play you're talking about too. So fuck
Mhm.
you.
it was what it was something before halftime, I think, right?
Yeah, it was right before halftime. It was like I think it was 17-17. It was
I
a
think
close
so.
game, man. I
Yeah,
remember us being tied and all the wheels just fell off of me after the second half.
it's the best feeling. It truly like when you just see everything just go like awry for your opponent based off of one moment in the game. It is the best feeling ever.
It
Um,
was it a fumble or was it a fucking pick? I wasn't sure because it was a weird, odd
I think
ass
it was a
play.
fumble, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah, because I had the Bucks right
Yeah, you were Tampa Bay, pre
and
Josh Gordon.
fucking goddamn Doug. Oh, I hate Monster Hamster. I'm glad this motherfucker out the league. You fumbling bitch.
Man, oh, those good times. Like that whole cycle, man. I would if I could relive. No, that's a good question for y'all because I'm running out of stuff. But if y'all could relive any cycle that y'all been a part of in the league, I've never asked this to anybody. Which one would y'all choose and why?
You already know which one I'm going with. You
Will
already know
Fuller,
which one.
man,
Yeah,
17.
yeah. Wolf for the 5 championships. Everybody said that was a crazy ass trade I did with Reggie, trading him my first for Will Fuller, and Will Fuller wound up being the best
Now you
acquisition
you
of that
maximized it.
cycle.
Yeah, you definitely maximized it. Like, yeah.
But that was
all
just a
right,
wild. It was just wild. It was just a wild cycle. Like it was like screwing over Flash when he had Carolina when he thought he was going to the playoffs, and Will Fuller caught that bomb to screw him over
Yeah,
and
I
make him
remember
miss the
that.
playoffs.
Yeah.
It just that playoff game gets Jesus. If I didn't fumble on that punt return, I think I would have won my first playoff game.
Hmm.
But it is what it is. I'm just gonna still look for my first this cycle. So it is. It is what it is, man.
personally, I think Madden 19. I think I remember vividly the
Oh, I know
fourth
what you're about to
quarter,
say.
man. Fourth quarter, man.
Mm-hmm.
I looked inside of myself and said, "I'm the man.
The
I know who I
man.
am as a person.
Uh,
I know who my father is. I know who raised me. I know who my mother is. I know my heritage."
yes, sir.
And and um and I spotted Will Lopez Pito. I spotted
Right.
him 7 points with less than 2 minutes to go. I spotted him. I it's no biggie. I'll give him 7 points.
Hmm.
And that last drive, man, I felt like Doug Flutie. I felt like Dan Marino incarnated. I felt
Uh-huh.
like I felt like Drew Brees. I felt
Oh,
like if Drew Brees and Tom Brady's parents had another kid on the side.
I'm sorry.
That's what I felt like.
He
And I
talking about
drove.
that. You
And
talking about when you smacked Will in the fourth quarter?
hey, man, I drove that ball for the last minute, man, and I tied the game. wait. I could have tied the game with a kick.
Right.
Yeah.
But then I looked inside my soul and I said, "Who are you, Bill?"
Who are you?
I said, like, where are you from?
Right.
What got you to this point?
Mhm.
Like, I looked at my forefathers, the things that they had gone through, the the, the challenge that they had overcome,
Right.
and I said to myself, I'm not going to tie this game. That's weak sauce.
Yeah.
And I went for two.
On top of DC Rising. On top of DC
Boom,
Rising.
boom.
As simple
That,
as
that's how
that.
you, that's how you gain a psychological advantage.
That's how
Stuff
you
like that.
disarm
Yeah,
That's one
like
hell of a
like
promo.
them. Right. Like,
in any game I go into, he could have a 95 plus team. Like he always be thinking about that. Like, is Bilbo going to go for
I,
two?
I think you're right. I like there's
It's
stuff like
stuff
that,
like that, right?
like
Man,
because
Bilbo owes some real shit. Bilbo be already in people's head. They're like, man, I have to fucking
yes,
play Bilbo.
yes. I, I said it 2 weeks ago and they laughed, but they laugh because they know it's real. Like let's look. Let's be real about it. And I'm gonna have one to show soon too, so I can go ahead and say it. Twan has not been the same since Bilbo since you beat him. That was it.
Nigga haven't been the same. He been getting spanked by Speedy. I'm like, yo, like,
Speedy, like I mean, like like si- basically, I talk to Twan and C's about this all the time. They love Canelo, so Twan sees we need that episode needs to happen. I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there now. Y'all invited whenever. We're gonna just talk about Canelo straight up because what I'm trying to tell you about that man gets lost in the contextless translation of the chat too many times. But Twan became the dude that Canelo just fought a few weeks ago. That didn't even come out for the fourth round. He played season and granted it was like 34-7.5. I'm like, you gonna quit on your stool though? And then you retired again. If I had some more left, I'd have poured it out. But you retired again. So when you come on, Twan, we had to talk about this. We had to talk about this because when Bilbo beat you, I felt like that was the end of King Messiah. I just do.
Hey, man, but you know what, like anytime I like I know I'm trash. Like personally, I know I'm trash.
Mhm.
But every time I've beaten anybody of significance, I've never made a big deal about it.
Right. Very true.
Yeah, like I've never. Sometimes people wonder, like, "Oh, you beat that person?" Because I've never made a noise about it,
Right.
right? Like
Yeah.
I just keep it, I just keep
Yeah.
it
You just be
moving.
chilling.
Yeah. So I mean, I think I just caught him on an off day, obviously. But but yeah,
Yeah.
that's one of the things. Like I never gloat, but
Right.
if somebody
Wasn't take it there.
wants to make an issue, if hey man,
And honestly,
I'm from the DMV. We can talk trash all day,
all
right?
day
But
long, all day
yeah,
long.
so
And
yeah, so
I think that's why, like, as far as chat, you know how like on 2K when you like you have the fan approval rating or like when you seeking that trade because your teammates suck and you look and you see like all the other teams' interest levels, your equivalent of that relative to the chat is it making sure I'm not leaving nobody out. It might be the highest out of anybody. Like I feel like when you win, nobody's mad. Nobody, maybe the opponent. Outside of that, though, everybody that's neutral, nobody is upset. Like people genuinely want to see you win, and I think it is that like yeah, it's just like that that gloatless nature. Like genuinely, like you explained it already. Like you started and just genuinely asked the questions, and like you've gotten some wins, and people like to see it. Like Kemp, it was the same way for you once upon a time before they started doing too much, and then you know. But
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, man. I'm like a Jadakiss verse. Doesn't matter if I have like a platinum album. All I need to do is like put out a hot verse every like couple of years. That's all I need to do, and I'm good, man. Like I'm happy.
See,
Like
I,
yeah,
I envy that. I envy that not having that ability.
I,
Like,
I don't have that pressure on me.
yeah, you don't. Like, it's all like you can do whatever and be a okay. Um, Camp Loki, I feel like you can too. To an even they'll get on you a little bit more, but I think that's because they want to kind of see you win, so it can be smoked like it was a few years ago when you beat me, Reggie, and Manny all in the same season one,
Yeah.
because that was crazy. That was wild. Now, granted, I did see an entire dead body like an hour before we played, but no
Jesus
excuses.
Christ.
Yeah, he he was like I was leaving work. I'm coming onto the highway, and this dude's just sprawled out, Grand Theft Auto style, sprawled out on the median of the road or the shoulder of the road on the side. And I'm looking like, I think my face turned purple. I was like, yo, is he like done? And sure enough, he was because he was on the news, and I had to like call on my way home to like get ready to play this game. Like, yo, like, um, they're probably about to call y'all and say that this man is on Highway 51. He's looks to be dead. Um, so even though I just left, like, handle accordingly. And sure enough, like I was down. I was down by a lot that game. I was down like 29 to no. I was down by like double figures though. Like I never got right. And then on top of that, first quarter, Will was like, and this happened to me more than any player, and still has happened to me more than any player. There's something about, and I saw it the other day. That's why I mentioned it now. There's something about like putting the play art from like a specific time of the game in like in the chat is one thing after the game, but don't do it during the game. And this happened to me
Oh
during the
yeah,
game
yeah,
than
he did it.
anybody in league history. So when I say I should be the logo of this league, it's because I've dealt with stuff that nobody's had to deal with. I have lost. I have lost 4 Super Bowls. Yes, but that's nothing. I have lost far more just for y'all to win. I
That's why
told
I've
y'all
been
that in
calling you
October.
Buffalo Red O.
It ain't Buffalo Red. See, I s-
Hey man, it's 0-4,
see
bro.
what I
It's
mean, Bilbo?
0-4.
I,
0-4.
no, no, hold on, wait, because it wasn't. I didn't. It took years. Now, yes, the way. Now, two of them were consecutive. Season 4, season 5 of Madden 15. But
Yeah.
after that, we had a year where I go undefeated and don't make a Super Bowl. Then we have a year where more or less the Red rules were established, and I'm in Oakland, and I wasn't right at all. Then I
You
come
was an
back
angry man.
and then and then I come back and I rebuild my confidence. Like the fighter, like picture like Mike Tyson coming back out of jail, and he's not quite Tyson. But when I first came back to Carolina, I wasn't quite me, but I was getting there. By the time I got there, I made a Super Bowl. I lost, yes, but I made it. And then there was the next year where, oh yeah, well you were in the division, and that game happened. The Manny game happened.
Yeah.
And then last cycle, um, I was back. I was back though by that point. I was fully back, but I just lost. But what I'm saying is, it wasn't linear. It was the path to success is never like, just not for me at least. But that's why it's not Buffalo. That's why it's more like it's more John Elway. I could say before he won his 2 championships, or it's Jerry West before he won his one, or Elgin Baylor before he
Before they won, they
retired
won.
the year that the Lakers win the championship. Because I'm telling you, season one of this cycle, and I don't care who hears it, they know it. I was in the game. Like, if I'm able to play that entire season, who was beating me? I will wait. And if you want to answer, come on the show. But with that being said, I'm gonna give y'all the last word. 'Cause I have nothing left to say, and I ran out of wine a long time ago.
Hey man, I was heartbroken when you and Mikey sent that Super Bowl, man. That's all I'm
Man,
gonna say about that.
that see, I forgot about that game. But it's funny because I thought about it driving earlier today randomly. But that game, you had it was so much that had happened. Normally, I would never like even with internet being shoddy or whatever. You can't get me to quit. Like to quit on that team, any version of the Panthers, even the Teddy Bridgewater Panthers that I don't like, to quit like that, knowing like it's a real thing. It's not. It evolves past the video game. Like I take using that team seriously. Like I must win the championship. I will not leave by my own um volition
I'm like
unless
this.
and until I win the championship. Unless somebody takes them from me. But if I can go, then it continues. But by the time we got to that game, I had beat them already like 40, 49 to something in the same regular season. And it was ugly. Like I knew everything that was coming. I knew everything that he was doing, and I got all sorts of interceptions like you and Nako. But by that time, I remember just being like, Cam was wearing number 2, McCaffrey was wearing number 24 because of Kobe and Gigi and all that. So it was that, and there were so many other things that was happening at that point in time in 2020 that by the time the internet just acted a little funny, I was like, last straw. Like, quit the game. I don't care. Go on. And it what really tripped me out was that when the very next game that was played, that Super Bowl with him and with Mikey and Mays, and we have to get Mikey back on so we can talk about this. But the whole thing happens where it's like he wants to rematch, and like Mays is like,
That,
no, I'm
that,
just gonna give it to him. And people are saying congratulations.
I said congratulations.
yeah,
It,
that was a wild time. Yeah,
hold on, Cam. You said it is a congratulations?
No, I said I didn't say that shit.
Oh yeah. Not you. No, I forgot who said it, but I remember seeing him like. But also though, that goes back to what we were just talking about as far as like the persona approval, I guess you could say. That's probably a good way to put it. And Mikey, nobody dislikes Mikey. Oh yeah.
There's only
So
one person that people that really don't really fuck with in the chat, and he left the chat a while ago. So
oh yeah, probably. Yeah.
and plus and I heard about his championship. A lot of people don't like that championship he got because they felt like he was straight YouTube the whole way.
Oh, I was thinking Vic. Um
People, Vic wasn't a problem. Vic just had issues.
Vic was just I talked to him about a couple months ago. I gotta hit him up.
That
But
man did cocaine did a whole fucking bump on
yeah,
the
that's
chat.
I'm gonna hit him up this weekend, see what he on. But
Bimbo, you wasn't ready
um,
for Vic, bro.
yeah.
Vic
I
was a
don't think I
different
was around for Vic.
nah, I think you like y'all were Madden. Okay, I can tell you this. It's so many stories. I have to like break this up. But anyway, um, Madden 18, 18 or 19, one of those.
I came in Madden
17.
17.
Yeah, you
He
came
came
in
in
17.
17. He
So
replaced Vic. He
it
replaced
definitely,
Vic.
but it definitely wasn't your first Madden. It was like your second or third. I can't exactly remember, but I do remember Vic came back and he had the Bears and he named his guy. He named Mr. Trubisky. He changed his name to Muhammad Akbar.
No, yeah.
And I'm like, I think somebody like I think Flash was the one that was like, "Yo, like, why'd you do that?" I don't know.
I forgot about my Vic.
it, yo, when I saw it, oh, I was rolling. That was crazy to me, out of this world. Um,
Wow.
but yeah, though, like so as far as personas, like I haven't seen nothing kind of like that since then. But it definitely influences like how people go about rooting for you or not rooting for you. I think now I
He
don't know.
was trolling for the sake of like trolling to get people to get angry, as
Yeah, like
opposed to trolling.
he had another one where he was on Snapchat and but he posted the video in the chat as well. And I think this might have been around the same time. This is I think these were kind of close incidents. And him being in California, they had like the water shortage or whatever at the time. So he was like wastewater Wednesdays and it took like a water hose like just started spraying it all crazy over like a baseball field.
Oh, he was a psychopath.
He was so
Yeah, he's a
I
psychopath.
forgot about
He's
that.
not
He
he's
said,
not a
yeah,
troll.
yo,
Yeah,
you know,
he's like he's legitimately got problems. That's what it
you understand? Like he has
yeah,
like he did it every Wednesday. He posted in the chat every Wednesday.
yeah.
Wasted water Wednesdays. It just
He
he
would
tagged
send
JT
me
in it.
he would send me direct on Snapchat caption like wastewater Wednesdays.
Oh wow.
Like insanity. Oh,
He,
that was like the golden that was like the golden
Yeah.
age of the chat. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
it was no rules, no
Crazy.
softness. Yo, he did get booted for doing a whole line of cocaine on the chat. Dude. That was the
Yeah,
wildest one.
yeah, he's
Just
definitely
wild.
killing kittens and all that crazy stuff. And
Yeah, and it's like
yeah,
an entire like he has like an entire like family too, which is just like where does the separation occur? Like what are they getting? Like what are we getting here? If y'all ever find the answer out, maybe I find it out myself. But if y'all ever do, relay me because
I
I
don't
don't know.
know. I was trying to figure out where was his wife and kids. He was like, "I'm about to be lit for the weekend." That was the caption of the video.
Then he put 50 on you, Carl. Remember when
No,
y'all was like,
no, he did not put 50 on me.
hold on. This is gonna be the last thing I ask. What happened at 16? Because I remember it was smoky. It was smoky. Like
Oh
um,
no! I had to go to work and he put 50 on the computer and took some good game curve. And I was
uh,
like, "Nigga, I didn't play you."
right. That's right.
They kept on trolling me the whole day. I just left the chat and like, "Oh, look at this shit." I was like,
I
"Man,
had
y'all fucking
yeah.
assholes."
Oh my gosh, yo. And I remember I was heavy in that trophy, so that was fun. And I did it because we're in the same division too.
Yeah, but
That psychology.
I didn't play him.
I
He
know.
was playing the CPU and he wanted to play like 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, dude, I gotta get up and go to work. What the fuck you talking about? No, man, I gotta play at 3, man. That's the only time I'm free. Like, what the fuck? Dude, no, I gotta fuck with electrical wires and shit. Let's play at 3 o'clock in the morning. Hell no, nigga. I gotta be at work at 7. What the fuck you talking about?
See, that was when that was when any little thing would like and people knew so any little thing would have set you off. And it's like it may not be the best practice, but if it's available, it's probably gonna happen. So you gotta show the poker face.
And the funny part
I
was like, oh, they autoed me because he was like, because we tried to play earlier. I think earlier before the advance, and the game dropped, and it was like, I'm like, dude, I'm not staying up to play. I'm about to go to bed. And it was like, well, you going on auto because you had more availability. How? How you had more availability than me? I've been off this whole day. Fucking whatever. Then he drops 50 on the computer and then took some good game. Man, Vic, if you want to take
Yo,
your
and it
bum
was
ass home.
late, and then when everybody woke up the next morning, everybody just took it and ran with it. And
Yeah.
oh, you was hot. Yo, you was hot. You was hot, man.
I was mad. I was at work steaming mad because everybody just kept on going with it. Nigga, you got to put 50. That nigga said he signed your shoes, nigga. You signed his shoes. I'm like, I hate every last one of you niggas right now.
And that's how the infamous circle came to be.
Yup.
Man, I miss I I be hear a whole another 3 hours talking about that. We cannot delve too far into that because I missed that era of the league in the chat so much. But that's what the show's here for. History, current stuff, future stuff. This time for real, I'm really done talking this time. Y'all can end it
Yeah,
whatever y'all
man.
want to say.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess. Thanks for having me. The league has been fun. It's been a great release. Sometimes I get to troll. Sometimes I get to. Hey man, I was reading this. I used to read this. Back. Back when there was two books I used to read a lot. It was Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance,
Mhm.
and there was also Zen and the Art of Poker.
Mm,
And it's it was just kind of two books that illustrate how doing mundane things
mhm.
kind of helps you cope with things in your outside life.
Yeah.
So so I think the Madden League is an aspect of that, right? It's
Oh yeah.
so like Zen and the Art of Madden. It's like how to deal with losses, how to deal with NACOs, how to deal with so I mean so like all of that stuff is it kind of teaches you about yourself. And
Yeah.
I think over the past couple of years that's one of the things I've tried to kind of um that's my approach to life. Like even if something seems mundane or innocuous,
Mhm.
something like a video game league, it
Right.
doesn't in the grand scheme of things it doesn't mean anything, right?
Right.
but but it can teach you about how to deal with people,
Oh yeah.
how to deal with losses, how to deal with things that are out of your control.
Mm.
I try to have that approach to Madden, and I guess I thank the league for that as well.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. That makes
sometimes
sense.
sometimes that means I might have to like I don't know, put Will in his place, right? Sometimes that means
Right.
that
Yeah.
I might have to put Nako in his place, right? So, but every now and then, but most important, it's kind of like adds gives you perspective on life. So yeah,
Oh yeah, for sure.
that's my big takeaway from this Madden League. Yeah, and one day I'll beat Maze, but that's still to come. Yeah.
Kemp.
I think the whole league will explode if fucking Bilbo beat Maze.
Hey
Yeah.
man,
That.
hey man, me and Maze used to kind of play like in preseason, not
Oh yeah. Yeah. Like little.
offline, like a couple seasons. Like I used to hold my own a little bit,
We
but
we did that, and same thing. Like
yeah, I think I beat you a couple times. Like let's be transparent.
we no Wellin, no Wellin. Like I remember the last time. I think it was like the last time we probably played like outside of, like the league format. Yeah, because I wasn't sure if I was going like to Carolina or not, and I remember using Teddy Bridgewater, and I
Yeah,
got like you had the instant 14-0 lead. And I'm like,
yeah. I remember you trying stuff out. I remember
yeah,
that. Yeah,
I
you were
was
trying
like,
trying.
but you got like a pick. I think like I got like down to like the red zone. You got like a pick, and I think it was you. I think you ran it back or something. I was like, this ain't the same guy. Like it's
Yeah,
something. A little progression happened between then and in that point in time.
yeah. But yeah, that's neither here nor there. But like I said, like I think that's the best thing for the league, right? Is to have
Oh yeah,
parity. You're like you don't want. I think I remember like a couple seasons ago, I said like I remember like even when Twan lost to me, like I was under the impression like you can't expect to be at the top if you're playing with the same people all the time. People are gonna
right.
improve, right? People are gonna suss you out. So I think that's good for the league. So
Mm.
when you see people getting better, that's good, right?
Yeah,
You can't
yeah.
be,
That's
and
one of
that's
the best things.
yeah, yeah. So like that's the main objective of the league.
Oh yeah,
So
definitely.
yeah, yeah. So like I don't know. Once May stops looking at those YouTube videos, I think we should be able to catch up to him.
Man, I just need.
But I mean, going back to like I said, I think like Chris and Mays, I think like this. I don't know. They just I think Mays as well because he played the game, so he's like a savant for the game in a different way.
Yeah,
Um,
actual football mind, I think
yeah,
can help a
yeah,
lot.
yeah. So like that's why I'm always kind of that's why I'm always looking at Dez like I because he used to play football, right, Marcus? He
Yes.
was yeah, right. So like that's why I remember when I first came to the league, and like I thought like Dez was on a different level because he played the game, but like I think he just like he's got a lot of stuff going on, like I said, and
Yeah,
he's busy with stuff. Like, but like when Dez locks in, man, he can give you a game. Like
yeah,
like
because he almost beat Mays earlier, like a couple
yeah
months ago.
yeah like when Dez locks in, like he can give you like a good game and like he'll figure stuff out just purely off his football knowledge, um, beyond the sticks.
Mhm.
So like I always respect the guys like who played the game. No shots to seize, Mister Box Score. But yeah, like, but yeah, like
Wow.
I always respect the dudes like who play the game before. Like they play the game in a different way.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, but like I think I said tonight, like Caesar's the pick up and play god. Like
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
like he's a pick up and play guy. Like if he beat Kenny, that was the pick up and play Super Bowl. That's what that was. Him and Kenny.
Who
Yeah.
won? C's won.
No, Kenny won it by
Oh,
something crazy. I
he
think it was
really trying to
like
make the
last
championship.
Yeah,
last
Kenny. It
possession.
was a close game. Kenny
Yeah, it was,
made the game closer than it needed to be, but you know.
Yeah,
yeah,
typical. I mean, typical. Like it typically happens with him. Like I just feel like actually I'll hold that thought because I can't. I before I even thought about this show, like I thought about it earlier in the week, and I was saying something. I was like, I don't even know. He might not even be the favorite. I mean, he has the best record now, but the way things were trending, and I guess what to see if they still are. I don't even
yeah.
know if he's a favorite in that NFC right now.
I mean, I think that's part of it, right? Because sometimes you feel like my Achilles heel is always saying like people have a better team than me, but
Hmm.
that's only part of the story, right? Like
Right.
Kenny, he has like the best. I think technically he has the best team, right? If I'm not mistaken.
One of them for
One
sure.
of them. One of them is
In
the
the top
best.
Yeah,
handful.
yeah, right. But he knows how to
Best
use
with the
that
best
team.
offensive line.
Yeah, it flows
Yeah,
with what he does well.
yeah. He knows how to utilize that team.
Hmm.
Like he knows what to do with it. So like I know I'm a trash player, but I think from an analytical perspective, I know what people are doing and what people are trying to achieve, and
Hmm.
I can tell that. Like Kenny has a really good team, and he knows what he wants to do with that team.
Yeah.
And I think in the long run, like people are going to sleep on that. They'll think, oh, it's the Cowboys and Kenny's not putting in the work, but
Right.
that's Kenny's team. He
Yeah.
knows what he wants to accomplish with that team. So sometimes people think that it's purely luck what he's doing. He's getting the right fumble, or he's getting the right interception, or he's getting the right. But that's like it's almost like it's Thanos. He finally got he finally got the last
The last stone.
whatever, the last stone, and he knows what he wants to do with it, right? So
Mhm.
yeah, so I can kind of approach it from that perspective. It's like yes, like when I see Kenny, I'm not surprised. Like he's kind of kind of killing. Even though last season he killed me with some stupid fumble on like the last drive, and I should have won the game I played against him. But that's neither here nor there. Yeah.
Kenny is. I can't wait to see the playoffs because I want to see how this holds up. Like I because basically it's his conference to lose. I think there's one person, no, two people, but one person he hasn't played yet, to my knowledge. Well, he probably has, but I don't think recently. There's one guy that I'm looking at like he could do it. He could do it. He could beat Kenny even right now.
So
Um,
young Mark Pete.
I
Mark
think
can
you
do
talk
it, but
about
I would
Todd.
I would expect it. Like I would expect it from Mark P. But I had to I had to come back Sunday and go on that tangent. I got to watch the games though because it's been like a
You talk
um
about Mark?
I
Talk
think
about
he's talking
Mark?
about Ty, Bilbo. I think he's talking about Ty.
Oh, Tyler?
uh-uh
Yeah.
uh-uh
He's talking about
after
Bucks.
yeah
He's talking
Who?
about Bucks.
yeah
Bucks, Mark. The other
yeah
Yeah.
Mark.
The other Mark. Okay.
You know, I think I have an assessment on Mark, the other Bucks Mark.
hmm
But like I was kind of like I beat it. I think I swept him the first season,
hmm
and I was surprised the jump that he made.
me
But
too
and I kind of slept on it. Like even
yeah
the games that I had after him. Um, but yeah, like I think he's kind of in the Kenny category. He knows
he
the
is
team he has.
hmm
He knows the team he has, and he works with that.
yeah
Yes, sometimes I think some people they try to play out of the team that they have. If that makes any sense.
hmm
Like, yeah, they'll have a team that's catered to something, but they'll try to do something else completely.
and abandon their own strengths in the process
Exactly.
yeah
And I think Mark does that. Mark knows the team that he has, and he sticks to what he has. And when he beat me, like I kind of figured that out. Okay, like I expected him to beat me the second time around because he was obviously a better team. But then when he beat me the next time, I was like, okay, this he knows he. It's kind of going back to the aspect of psychological advantage. Like as hard as I would have to try harder to beat him.
yeah
And like I kind of figured that out, and I see what you mean. Like I see why you picked. I see why you picked Mark for
he
to beat against Ken. Yeah.
when he beat Ty that second time, I won't go too far into it because I'll probably talk about it on probably do another one on Sunday and keep it at Friday Sunday. But when he beat Ty, I did see that last week. And he beat him again. I was like, he could go to the Super Bowl if he gets the right path. I could very well see Dallas, Tampa Bay for the NFC Championship.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but I think the old sleeping man in Washington might have something to say about that.
Hey man,
That old wily
I
veteran.
like Twan said, man, we have to start putting Mark in that Chris and Mays and David category, man. Mark is he's the he's a savant, right?
He really
He's
like
a
it's hard for me to put him in that category just because of our personal. We've played
Rivalry.
since the first season or the first cycle in the league, and knowing what has happened to him historically when we've played, it's hard for me to like look at it and be like, yeah, he's there, but he is though. He is though. Like when I take my like our personal history, when I take our personal like win loss history out of it, he's up there. He is up there. He's certainly no less than five. But I don't know. I mean, but he is though. Yeah, he is. He just everybody just has that guy that they can't beat, and I think for Mark, it's me. So yeah, and I probably have like
He got. I'm like this. Mark record against you is not good, but when he do win, shit is comical.
oh
Shit
yeah,
is
because you know
comical.
he not it happens so rarely that he's not used to it,
Yo,
and
that shit was so funny when he finally beat you. That nigga posted changed that picture of I think he hit sticky you when you fumble on the goal line or something like that.
yeah,
He
you
made it
remember
his
that?
Abby. He made it his Abby for a week.
Yo, and I had to go to class right after that. We played like at 8 o'clock in the morning or 7 o'clock in the morning. I had like a 8:45 class. No, I was I was heated going to class. It's not a good way to start your day, especially losing to him. Oh, and it hadn't happened. Oh no 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 no. Nah, it did happen. My very first game in the league was a loss to Mark, but that was because I had nothing set up. Like I didn't even know like there was nothing set up on my end. I basically just hooked the PS4 up and played. He called a Hail Mary at halftime to Mike Evans and some more stuff. And I said, "You will never win again." When I figure out just the nuance of PS4 life, it's gonna be bad for you. And for the most part, it has been. He hasn't beat me in three 3 years, 4 years. Well, 3.5.
I don't know, man. Mark's up there with season Ken is the pick up and play gods, man.
Yeah, he is though. Yeah, he definitely is. Like
I don't believe the pick up and play aspect though.
nah,
Mark's probably
he be
again.
traded. He be
Nah,
Yeah,
traded.
Mark is the
I'll,
pick up and play guy
He
though.
be
He
perfecting
don't know
that
nothing.
craft. Yeah,
yeah.
He don't know
mastered
half
that
the
craft.
shit going on.
I'll wake up randomly like 3 a.m. and I like turn my PS4 on and like he's in the trainer. So
Exactly.
I don't know if that counts
Yup.
for anything, but
Yeah, like he go incognito, but he
yeah.
puts his work into though. But nah,
Yeah,
he is up there though.
he's in the league with like the TSA host TSA ladies and TSA people at Delta.
Oh
He's like in the league with them, so I believe that.
yeah,
Yeah, you guys, yeah.
he got some top secret stuff going on. Cause yeah, it's some shaky, some suspect stuff going on on his part.
So sneaky shit he got under going on
Always,
over
always.
there. You can't trust
As
the scam.
quintessential Mark P.
Can't trust the scam out in New York. But anyway, my last words is like, hey, a mock draft coming soon. A new one before Phil's. Yeah, we're gonna probably do it next week because
Yeah,
I'm
you
do
did next
mine
week.
this weekend. I know Justin Fields, Ohio State pro day is in 2 weeks. I think that's the
Yeah,
30th.
yeah, 30th, I
Yeah.
think.
So before the draft, 'cause the draft is what, the 23rd or the 25th? One of them shits.
27th.
The 27th.
Mhm. I
Okay.
think. Yeah, I think so.
Well, I want to do a mock before the last mock, probably like a week prior before that, but
Yeah, that's cool.
because the pro days and everything will be done by then, we would have a
Yeah.
full window of what might happen in the first round. From there is keep on pushing. I know I'm locked in for the playoffs. Just trying to see what I want to do. Do I want to be the third or fourth seed? But either way it goes, I'm gonna have a tough matchup with one of the AFC West teams. That's what it's starting to look like to me because I don't think Mike is stuck at
Yeah,
either.
he gonna be 5 regardless.
I think he's gonna be 5. So if I stay with 4, it's gonna be me and Mike again. I do owe him because he did beat me earlier this season. So I mean, but it's the playoffs, so anything can happen in the playoffs. So,
Yeah.
but I really, really, truly think the AFC West is trying to gun for that 5th seed, like either Dave or fucking Flash, or Jeremy. But I really want Jeremy because me and Jeremy, I owe
That's your
Jeremy.
best route. That's your
It's
best.
not my best. My best route is really Mikey, but at the same time, I want to beat Jeremy because the personal shit talking between us will be so fucking great. Because the last time we played, he won. He won because Donovan Peoples Jones wanted to do a one-handed fucking catch by himself and drop the fucking ball. Fucking idiot. But like I said, it's getting up to that time. It's playoff crunch time. Hoping to see Bilbo in the playoffs before season 8.
Me too.
You making the playoffs would be great for the league, bro. For real.
Yeah,
Real
that's
shit.
gonna be the most watched. If
Hey,
you can get in, that's gonna be the most watched game. Like,
man,
and
I'm not, like I keep it quiet, but I was making the playoffs last season, so I mean,
for real,
He was
yeah,
only
I
one
mean,
game. He was one game out. He literally was
no, I
one
mean,
game out.
not last season, last Madden. Like I made a couple like two seasons, and I won like
I
the
feel like
first round.
I
Yeah,
vaguely
but
remember.
that's my problem. I keep things quiet, man. So I don't hype stuff. So
But no, everybody focus on this one because everybody knows where the standings at, and Nako can't afford to lose. He just won against
Yeah, that's why
Jeremy.
he was. That's why he was talking that talk in
hey
the
man,
chat.
Like even Jeremy, I played a game with Jeremy. Like Jeremy runs that cover one to death,
Oh yeah.
and you can pick that apart. Like I remember, I think I was head to head against Jeremy going to the third quarter, and I just felt like I didn't have the personnel to keep up. But yeah, that's what Jeremy does. He runs that cover one to death, and like Nako, what he does, it's perfect for that.
Yeah.
He's got what's his name?
You got
I didn't see the
Alexander.
game. Yeah, I didn't see the game, but I'm just assuming. I just looking at what I'm trying to kind of picture why Jeremy lost. Jeremy was running cover one all day, and Nako was just spamming the crosses to his tight end and
Uh,
what's his name
Adams.
Adams.
and Adams. That's probably what happened. Then on top of that, Jeremy he has a young quarterback,
Yeah.
and he's throwing it into Alexander, like you said.
Mhm.
So, and I think he's running back to Swift, right?
Yep.
That's
Yeah, and I think his
yeah.
starting quarterback is injured. I think he's using
Yeah,
Rosen.
his quarterback
Yeah.
is hurt.
So yes, I haven't looked at the game, but I'm assuming that's what happened.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
that's
about to
what
watch. I'm about to watch it now.
Yeah,
Let's see.
I'm
I
assuming.
just I
So
just hate that Nico strings on fucking Twitch. You know, and damn well
I know. Oh,
he can
I
stream.
know.
He can stream on YouTube. He just refused to do it, and he knows nobody gonna watch his games either because it's on fucking Twitch. He knows that.
psychological
That's why he
advantage,
does.
right?
Ain't no psychological damage. It's just nobody gonna watch nothing on Twitch
Yeah.
because you can't get called out for cheating anything if you always on Twitch because nobody like watching.
I would love to see his viewership numbers. Like if he was on YouTube, I wonder like how because I feel like if he was on YouTube streaming, he would have like a top five attendance, like league attendance for his games. Because he's just great for the league. Like he is always something. And I look forward to seeing what road
Yeah,
he's gonna go down on a given day.
yeah. He's stone cold before he got famous, right? He's got that kayfabe working for him. Right?
Yeah, like
Wow.
he's good, man. He's great at that. As
No,
far
no,
as
no.
his
You know who Nico is? He's Papa Shanko.
Papa Shango. Oh,
That's who he is.
he
Holy
is
shit.
a true lot like Papa Shango, a true character. Like it's cool though. It's great for the league. I hope he like yeah, I can't wait to see these last few weeks, like y'all said. In these playoffs, man, I
Yeah,
hope y'all both make it.
yeah, yeah. There's no reason he shouldn't win. Like, that's why I was kind of mad when he was doing all that get suspended stuff. It was like,
Oh
man,
yeah.
you've got a good team. Like this, you shouldn't kind of be doing that dumb stuff. There's no reason for you to kind of.
You was like,
Yeah, I wasn't necessarily offended. I wasn't angered, but I was more offended.
mm,
Not offended, but it was like perplexed. Like, why?
yeah,
It's like,
for
yeah,
what?
yeah, you have the top rated team. You have a good record. Like, why get
You
into
should have
that
had
stuff?
enough motivation from that first L, because that joint
Yeah,
was bad. That joint was
just play.
bad.
Just play straight. Or you asking for people to get suspended doesn't make any sense. But yeah, I was more surprised by it. But he's got a good team, man. He should be fine. He's gonna be in the playoffs. So
Yeah, because he just needs to beat. Basically, he just needs to win one more game. And he'll have the division. So I think he'll beat Dez because I don't know. Dez has got a way of throwing stuff away. But Dez, when what's today? March 20th. It's now March 20th. Dez, you got about 2.5 weeks.
hey
Get your
man,
shot right, huh?
I'm trying to get Dez on a hangover game because last game I played with him, I went for it on I was down. It was either to tie the game or win the game. I went for two, and I scored the 2 point.
Ah.
And I scored the 2 point conversion. So
You
I
caught that
think he,
motherfucker at the end of the game too. Like that motherfucker, like Bilbo went for two with like 20 seconds left in the game and got it. I was like, I text Des like, nigga, what the fuck are you doing?
See, and that's how I'm gonna demoralize him when we hoop, when we lift, whatever. Because he been running for almost a year and a half now. So like I told at the beginning of the show, Des, my shorts are in the washer right now, and you pick Duke, Maryland, Seattle Sonics, or do I need to get a special edition for what I'm gonna do on that court?
I
You let me
mean,
know.
y'all about to hoop against each other? That's gonna be
I'm going to
hilarious.
cook him. I'm gonna cook him. And if you want to take it to the gym afterwards, I'll lift him too.
I don't know about all that, man. You
That
gotta
you
calm
ain't
down
gonna
on that
do.
No, no,
aspect.
no.
Yeah,
I mean, in terms of like pound for pound, like now his number might be there, but he think I'm slow. He think I'm unathletic. I'm gonna show him. I might be wearing Duke shoes,
what's
but I'm
that?
not.
I'm
What's
like,
this,
you
Marcus?
might.
There's
I'm
like
like,
160 or something
There's
crazy.
like 138. Like there's just
Yeah,
he's like, you know, he's a small
yeah.
guy.
I think Des
Yeah, I
is
think
like one. I think Des is like 160. I
yeah.
think at best.
I think you have pound for pound mixed up, Chris. It's different. It's like if the lower you are and the more you can lift is when you pound for pound the better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're probably right. Yeah,
That's what's saying.
Yeah,
You outweigh
yeah,
him.
I'm
He
trying to help
pound
you
for
out.
pound
Yeah.
is stronger than you. Because he's stronger than me right now. I haven't been in the gym in a long time.
oh, so you ain't been on the pizza tiles. Mm,
Bruh,
mm.
we switched gyms. We are like
Oh,
we had
uh-huh.
like one life fitness because they about to open up where Toys R Us used to be by the mall. They building a nice little big ass gym over there. So we just switched gyms to that one. But now like strength wise, like yeah, you might get him in hooping because you taller and you gonna put him in a pose and
I ain't got to put him
back
in a
him in.
pose. No, 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 no. I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. Tell you what I'm gonna do. I ain't gotta go on the low block. That's too easy. Cause I'm just backstep fading all day. Off glass. Off glass. Huh. And it's in. But
This nigga's stupid.
I'm no. I wanna off the dribble and beat him with speed to the cup and finish with power. That's what I want to do. That's what I'm going to do. So Des, you watching, you got about 2.5 weeks.
I'm probably gonna record that. I'm probably just be there and just record. And like I don't think that's gonna
Yeah.
work.
Like,
But I just say watch out for the pinky nails. That's all I'm gonna
man,
That's all I'm gonna tell you. Watch out for the pinky
he
nails.
trying to get he trying to be the claw for real. Like that joint, I tell you this, that game will be live. It will be live. I will be wearing my best and I will be playing my best. 3 guarantees.
I just know this. If y'all go to the gym, I'm just gonna laugh because you're
We
gonna
go to the gym.
die. You're
I'm,
gonna
I'm not
die.
listen. This is how we're gonna end the show. Because the battery is at I got
Yeah, hey,
6%
for real,
left.
man. I'm
But
telling you.
6 is my favorite number. I'm not ducking or dodging or juking, if you will. None of the smoke. I don't care. We playing tennis, croquet, Uno, basketball, lifting. Simon says taboo. It don't matter. I'm here and I'm ready for all of it. And I don't lose. Not to Dez. Because he'll tell you I don't lose to him in anything. And it's not going to start now. And if y'all think I'm welling, then wait till we go live in 2.5 weeks.
I'm just
And,
saying
and
you're gonna die in
if I
the
lose,
gym.
and Des, if you come on the show whenever you're free, and we can hype it up. But it will be live though. It will be televised, and I'm going to cook. So I'm glad y'all came on the show. Thank y'all for coming on the show. This has been worth
Thanks for
staying
having
up
me,
for.
man. I know Marcus tried to hijack my shit, but
I
that's
wasn't
all
trying to
good.
hijack you.
Yeah,
I
you know,
just
he
I
always want
came.
the attention. He always want the attention. He's not caking right now, so he said, "Let me just go."
I
You
didn't try
know?
to come hijack your shit. I literally just came in about the mock job, but this shit was just interesting to see
Hey, man.
and
Caking
hear
was
your
too.
comments, bro. That's all it was. I was
Hey,
quiet. I was quiet
man.
the whole time.
Hey, good look, Marcus, though, man. Hey, man,
Yeah.
I'm bumping into walls and dropping art and shit. But
Right.
if anybody wants, this piece is from it's from Eritrea, like
That's dope.
authentic. I'm not messing around like this. And this piece is from Zambia.
I've been looking at that the whole time, like we've been on.
Hey, man. if anybody wants some authentic African art, hit me up in my DMs. That's all I'm gonna say. But that's
When I move out, whether I'm still playing home games or not, I don't think I'm going to be, but I don't know. But I do know a move is approaching fairly soon.
Man, when your
That's
ass get to Charlotte, you should get your fucking nice ass
Nah, I
apartment
don't
and
think
some
it's
African
not gonna
art.
be Charlotte. It can't be. I don't think it can be Charlotte no more. It's either gonna be here. Or it's gonna be LA. But when I
yeah,
move,
man. Yeah,
I'm
let
gonna
me
hit.
know,
I'm in the
man.
DM.
Yeah, let me know. This is not from Amazon. This like we had to smuggle a couple of child river soldiers to get this over here. That kind of stuff. Yeah, this
Man,
didn't make it to
stop.
custom.
Yo, I would take you up on the DM thing as soon as I get everything else figured out. Yeah, 'cause I made some impressive pieces.
Hey, man.
The
Hey,
fuck,
man.
Bilbo?
Yeah, I don't know. FBI might be on my case if they knew about this, but yeah.
I'm out. Y'all have a good night. I'm not gonna get incriminated in this shit,
Yo,
Bilbo.
yeah, like it's 2 o'clock. This probably prime fed watching hours. Yo, like, hey, No Wellin, we back. Yo, Bilbo, Marcus Kemp, Detroit, Cleveland, DMV, Lions
I feel
only. You already know, man. Sunday we back though. 'Cause I got more to talk about.
season 8.
Season 8, Des, I'm gonna cook
Season 8 from
Hey,
Bilbo.
you, Des.
Peace.
season
Two
8,
and a half
man.
weeks. All right, I'm gonna
Season
put
8.
this in the dryer. I'll holler at y'all.
All right, bro.
Bye.